Leave a lasting impression on your clients with the new way to present yourself. 10K cards, the modern approach to business cards. No longer will you have to worry about losing your business card or wear and tear. 10K cards is the central point of your networking. From WhatsApp to Instagram to LinkedIn, provide people with the ability to connect with you like never before from one central hub. Get instant access to your own landing page that has everything users and clients need to engage with you. 10K cards let customers pay you with Zelle, Venmo, or Cash App. Book an appointment with your booking system, provide directions to your address, add links to your products, and much more. Anyone with a smartphone camera is able to scan your customized Q code to get an immediate access to your card. Users and clients are able to save you as a contact in their phone book directly from your digital card. Better yet, users can save your card directly to their home screen and always have direct access to you at a moment's notice. Get 10K cards, your revolutionary digital business card.
Hi, I'm Janice Trinidad, President of PCO Boracay Corp.
And I am Eugene Flores, the Vice Chairman.
We would like to invite you on an upcoming training on June 14, that's on Wednesday.
1 p.m. to 5 p.m. and the venue, we're going to announce it soon. But in addition to these topics, we are also going to discuss the Republic Act 9003, otherwise known as the Ecological Solid Waste Management Act of 2000, wherein there will be a proposed integration of business permitting compliance to be discussed by EMB Region 6.
So to register, you may scan or click the link down below. See you there!
See you there.
Good evening, everyone! Welcome to our 3K series, Kapihan, Karunungan, Kwentuhan series. Of course, this is your host, Coach RM Lubatan, and welcome to our episode about fatherhood, brotherhood, and what is the secret of success. Why people become or became successful in life. Right now, I'm so blessed having my special guest for tonight. And of course, sa lahat po ng mga nanonood dyan via Paradise Cable or PCTV Boracay, Channel 1 and Channel 19, Aklan Cable or ACTV Aklan, Channel 6. And of course, sa lahat po ng mga nanonood via Your Boracay Guide Facebook page, YouTube, LinkedIn, please hold the like, the heart, o lagyan natin ng heart, share, and comment kung nakarelate po kayo. And I'm so glad having you tonight because this month is a Father's Month and I am really privileged having my special guest for tonight, no? Hindi ko napapatagalin to kasi ang dami naming pag-uusapan tungkol sa kanyang pagkatatay, pagiging brother, kaibigan, no? At ano ba ang mga sekreto niya? Bakit naging successful siya sa kanyang buhay, no? Sa lahat po, tonight I'll be challenged to speak English throughout, no? Yung tissue, no? Nandito na, ready na natin, no? Sino Micah and Miriam talagang ready na ng tissue kasi talagang duduguin yung ilong natin nito. Mapapalaban tayo nito, no? And so, yeah, hindi ko napapatagalin to. I would like to formally introduce my special guest for tonight. He is an international artist, no? Napakagaling niya mag-draw ng paint, like yung mga landscape. Sobrang ganda po talaga. And also, he is a musician and composer. Marami na rin mga group na nasalihan niya. Marami na rin marami siya. Marunong sa mag-gitara, mag-piano, lahat-lahat. And ang pinakamaganda dito, no? Siya po ay isang magaling na tagapagsulat ng libro. Ayun. Author din po sa isang mga sikat na mga book. At makita niyo po ito sa online site ng mga nagbebenta ng libro, no? Kalimutan ko, tanungin natin mamaya kung saan makabili ng libro niya. And ang kagandahan, I just heard that his life will be featured in Hollywood, no? Iisa sa buhay po ang buhay niya, Hollywood. I'm so privileged, of course, kasi for more than 2 years of inviting him to be my guest, wow, I'm so lucky that today is my day. Now, let us bring on screen Mr. Joe Riley. Ayun, yeah. Mr. Joe, how are you?
I'm fine. Was that all about me?
And then it's
sure?
finished.
Are you sure that was me?
Of course, I'm really sure, no?
Okay.
Sir Joe, please greet our televiewers and Facebook viewers who is watching live right now.
Mabuhay. Welcome to Boracay.
Wow,
Yeah,
mabuhay! Wow.
That was a song I composed.
You composed?
I composed it. Yeah, Mabuhay, Mabuhay. Welcome to Boracay. Mabuhay, Mabuhay. Welcome to Boracay. I wanna dance with you. I wanna fly. It's party time in Boracay. Da da da.
Wow! That was so amazing that this Englishman composed for Filipino people. I'm so proud, no? Mr. Joe Riley, no? Would you please, my first question that I really would like to ask is, would you please give us a brief background of you so that we'll know you more, no? Before we proceed to our formal questions. And guys, now if you have questions in there, please just like or comment on the comment section below. All right? Sasagutin namin yan. All right, sir, please introduce.
Well, how about me? How long is the show?
It's only 1 hour, sir.
Oh, well, I better be short. I was born in the north of England, and at the time, it was in the Second World War.
Ooh.
And in those days, when the bombs were dropping, the people used to go into the shelters below ground. And my mum told me I was born in an air raid shelter when all the bombs were dropping. So I believe. So she says. I can't remember. But anyway, I was born in the north of England, but when I was very young, I went to Ireland. I was brought up in Ireland. I was 5 years age.
Mm.
And at that time, I was abandoned. And my father left me. I didn't know my mother or people for many years. I returned to England when I was 15. And that's when I found out that I had brothers and sisters. I never knew about. I had 6 sisters and 3 brothers. And they didn't know me, I didn't know them. But I found them so very hard. Sorry, I get
Yes,
emotional about
I understand,
that
sir.
part. Maybe your viewers don't understand that, but it is a hard part of life. So then I went on. I became, in my life, I became a nurse and cared for people. And I traveled the world as being a nurse, and I was very lucky. I started as a junior nurse. I was 20 years of age in 19. I'm 81. So
81, no, you look young. Guys, diba? Yeah.
yeah, 81 years of, and so I've traveled this life, and I've traveled the world with my profession. I was very lucky to do that. But as a young person, I went into nursing and cared for it, and that's what I did nearly all of my life. I became a staff nurse, and then I became a charge nurse, and then I went up and I became eventually a director of a hospital. And I was a director for an American company, and I traveled the world. I've been through UK, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, Singapore, Australia for many years, and so that's what I did. And as well as in my Liverpool days, I was a I played on stage with other musicians, and I met some very famous people in my time. But that's many years ago. Yes.
Yeah. Sir, I would like to Jazz to have a follow-up question about your childhood. You know, you have said that you haven't met your mother, right?
No,
The father. Tama ba?
my father. I met my father when I was 16.
16 already.
He took me to Ireland, but I don't remember him.
Oh.
And he took me to, and then I was only 4, and I was 16, and 15 when I met my mother.
15 years old. Who brought you up? I mean,
Oh,
yeah.
family, beautiful family in Ireland, beautiful. Yeah. They were very good to me. Very good to me.
When you realize, just a follow-up question, of course, our viewers would like to really know a little bit about it, you know, before we proceed to the next question that I would love, no? When you have said that you have brothers and sisters, when you have realized that you see them, you met them personally until now, no?
No, we're very good friends now.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
So
but
when you
then-
have realized that you have them, what is the feeling? Kasi, you know, a lot of people, di ba, guys? A lot of people, they don't meet their real biological brothers and sisters, and then they know that they have. Oh, it is really emotional. That's why I'm asking Mr. Joe Riley, how was it when he realized that, oh, I have a brother, I have a sisters. What is your
That's a very hard question for me, very emotional. I was 15 and met all of these people. Phew, that was very difficult, very hard for me at that time, because at 15 I met all these brothers, sisters, and in a family of 10, there's a pecking order, and I didn't know where I fitted in.
Oh,
Well, I'm a stranger, aren't I,
wow.
to this family that a total stranger. So how did they feel about me and me about them? And it must be it was very hard for them to find out they have a brother. Yeah.
Wow. Because, if I were him, it's hard to know that you were born during the World War II, and you don't know if it's alive or not. Parang you are forgotten, di ba? Kumbaga pa, in sa term pa natin mga Tagalog daw, gimpabayan ka na, do wala ka na ya. No, no, if you don't have the life anymore. Parang, so it's so hard. That's why I really believe right now that we cannot judge a person who he is because we do not know his or her experiences, right?
Very true. Yes. People are very easy to judge people, and they judge them and they don't know who they are, and or where they're from, or what they come from, or what their beliefs, or anything else. But the thing about it is this: is one thing to remember is on this planet we are all related. We all, it doesn't matter what creed, color, religion, whatever it is, we are all related. And, basically, why can't we get on with each other? Why do we have wars? Why do we have, I find it sometimes, at my age, very difficult to understand, why people behave in such a way towards other people. Because, whether people are whatever religion they are, whether they're gay or whether anything, it doesn't matter. It is that they should accept people for who and what they are.
Yes. Thank you so much for that answering my question, sir. I am also a little bit affected, no, of this conversation, and guys, some of the people they don't want to go to school because I don't know my father, I don't have financial, I don't have the support from other people. No, let us now ask him, no, because he said a while ago that he was a nurse by profession and he traveled around the world because of that. The question is, Sir Joe, what were the challenges to adjust, and what was your focus to achieve that profession? No, someday I'm gonna be one of the nurses. I'll be a nurse someday. What motivates you to really achieve that?
What motivates you? Oh, right. To succeed in life, if to any kid out there, to anybody listening, the first thing you really need to do is to have self-belief, the belief in you. And the other thing is self-confidence. If you believe in you, the confidence to go and do what it is that you want to do in life. We were all born the same, with intelligence and what have you, but what you need to do is, if you believe in yourself and you believe and have the self-confidence, those are the important things that drives you on, that gets you to where it is you want to succeed in life. But just, in your personal life, your private life, or your professional life, and it's that self-belief in you. And at all times, live the truth of life. Don't live a lie. The truth in who you are, what you are, and what others are. And to respect people and whatever walk of life they are from, color, creed, religion, whatever it is, to respect others on this planet. It's humanity. It's who we are.
Wow.
I don't know. Maybe.
Wow.
Maybe I'm being too complicated.
Actually, what I've learned to Mr. Joe Riley is believe in yourself. You have to trust yourself. And no matter what you are, what you wear, what was you, no, if you really want to achieve something, be honest to yourself. Right? Honesty to yourself is very important. Don't judge other people. Kumbaga pa, mind your own business. And forget, whatever you are, you don't have the parents, well, that's not a reason not to pursue. You don't have a money? No, that's not a that's not the reason to pursue, not to pursue. But if you really want to achieve something, you have to believe in yourself that you can do a big difference like him, like Mr. Joe Riley. Mr. Joe Riley, I'm gonna ask you this: if you could give me something, what would it be?
If I could give you something, what would it be? The one thing that I would say to you, or the one thing I could give you, if I could give you something, and I would give you one word, and that is forgiveness. And let me explain that. People go through this life, and they, like brothers and sisters, or mother, or doesn't talk to a daughter, or father doesn't talk to a son, or brothers and sisters don't talk, or you know, it's pride that stops them from it. But if you can, if you want to be happy, forgive. You know, it's a difficult question to answer, but the basis of it is forget about the pride, forget about what you do, forgive, talk to the people that you love, you care for, because you know when you know, for instance, you get sisters when they were very young play together and something happens in the family or what have you, and they part, they don't talk or what have you. But I would say to anyone, if you can learn to forgive, you'll discover a road along with lots of other roads to happiness, if you can forgive.
Yeah, I really love the word forgiveness because it's free your way to success. Because if you don't forgive, di ba? Kapag hindi ka marunong magpatawad ng isang tao, ang mangyari sa inyo, they will be the blockage. No, kumbaga pa, baccared, no, kumbaga pa, sila yung harang, no, sa buhay mo. No? They will block you to success because you cannot think well. Kasi you will be full of hungry, yeah, anger. You know, forgiving is the way to happiness, and that's a good tip. No, from you know, I would like also to share, Mr. Joe, that you know, pride cannot help you to become successful. Well, maybe pride can help you live yourself because of your pride. No? But pride sometimes, no, it will block your, this one, tabunan yung mata mo. You are just looking at the mirror because of your pride. So, what we're gonna do? We should open our eyes and listen to other people. You know, if I'm gonna fight you today, if I'm gonna shout you, if you're gonna shout me, I still forgive you because I want peace within me. I don't really fight you back because that is pride. Because other people cannot define your own happiness. You are the only one can define your own happiness. That's why the tip is forgiveness. Thank you for giving me forgiveness because forgiveness is the way to success. It's your road to success. It's your road for peace. Peace, what is peace? Peace, free your heart, free your mind. Now, once you free your heart and mind, it opens up, ano, opportunity. But if you block your mind with negative, with anger, it will not really help you to achieve your way. Diba? Of course, Mr. Joe Riley, we are right now in the Father's Month, no? Ng a month of June. Wow. Father's Month. So, of course, Mr. Joe Riley also is a father, no, is a good father, as I know him, but that's why he's here right now, so that I can also ask him about fatherhood, no. And my question is, Mr. Joe, how hard, no, based on your experience, of course, you haven't really experienced when you were a kid, no, you haven't really experienced a father figure from your real father, you know, of course, diba? Do you model your fatherhood? Hindi. So now my question is, how hard for you to be a father?
Well, I think the actual part of being a father is very enjoyable.
The actual part, yeah.
That part, yeah,
But the responsibility, the roles.
What goes afterwards, what comes
Yeah.
after, that becomes rather difficult. I think the only thing I can do is say in hindsight is that there are two things that you need to do with children and fatherhood. Number one, and the most important thing for any father, I think, and please, it's only my personal view,
Okay.
but my personal view is that number one, that you have to listen to your children. Listen because you know they're trying very hard to survive and come through this world it's a cruel world, but to come through this life is that to listen and to understand. And I would say that some parents or someone maybe don't listen or don't understand, and that is the one thing. You see, in my life, if the children did wrong, I never once ever hit them. Never once used violence. I have never used violence. And my children, my tongue is worse than any violence, believe me. But violence, if you beat children, you're teaching them something in life that's not really, really good. And it's one of the criticisms I have. I have lived here over 30 years.
30 years already in the Philippines.
Yes.
Okay.
And I've lived on this island quite a number of years. But one of the things that the most is your what do you call them? Your TV shows about families and this and that. You know what are those called? You know, like Neighbors and all of this sort of. I don't know.
Yeah.
But when I watch them, you see violence. You don't see a show unless somebody hits somebody strikes somebody. That is not
Telenovela,
normal.
yeah.
That is not normal, and people watch these TV shows and believe
And model, and it become the model of their
and
act.
they believe that's normal. That is not normal. It is not normal to beat another person, to strike another person. You know that it's not right. But to go back to the question, the most important thing is listen to your children, number one, and understand. Because if you speak to any adult, if I said to you, hey, all right, tell me, how's your relationship with your father when you were young? Is it good? Did he listen? Did he understand? Yes or no?
He is good, but yeah,
Of course he's good. But did he listen? Did he understand?
no.
Sometimes. Thank you. And that creates problems in everybody's life, because if I ask your engineer here, the young lady, and I said, you know, do your parents did they listen to you? Sometimes they didn't. Sit, listen, understand, and from that you can guide. That's all I can do, and I think my children, I hope that they appreciate it. But well, let's put it this way: they talk to me every day,
So
so it must be okay. And they phone me all the way from Australia.
yeah, actually, what he said is it falls on dialogue. You know, you should learn how to talk. No, as a father, no, you should learn how to talk to them and how to listen. You can only listen.
Yes.
You can only talk right if you know how to listen. Diba? I remember one thing that Mr. your best friend, no, told me. Sabi niya, if you're really interested to learn something from the speaker, you have to listen, even without microphone. If you're interested, you have to listen.
The one thing about it is this: always remember, when you're talking, you're talking about things you know. When you're listening to things that you can learn.
Yes, you're right. Kasi this tip is for everybody. If sometimes yun nga, pride will lead you to a very superior attitude, no, to people. Very superior behavior to people, because if you're superior, you cannot really listen. But the real superior is you should learn how to listen. Diba? Now, to the father out there, no, happy Father's Day sa lahat po ng mga father dyan, and congratulations, no. And according to Mr. Joe Riley, the other part of being a father is very exciting. However, the responsibilities to your children is not. No, a lot of people in there having multiple girlfriends, wives, and so on and so forth. But if you know how to respect yourself, I think for me, it starts to be one of the real father. Now my question, Sir Joe, is what is the right way in disciplining children? Okay, your children. There is a right way on how you discipline them.
I'm not here to preach to any parent how to bring their children up or what to do. But what do I do in disciplining my children? Well, the
3K series. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Janice Trinidad, President of PCO Boracay Corp.
And I am Eugene Flores, the Vice Chairman.
We would like to invite you on an upcoming training on June 14, that's on Wednesday.
1 p.m. to 5 p.m. And the venue, we're going to announce it soon. But in addition to these topics, we are also going to discuss the Republic Act 9003, otherwise known as the Ecological Solid Waste Management Act of 2000, wherein there will be a proposed integration of business permitting compliance to be discussed by EMB Region 6.
So to register, you may scan or click the link down below. See you there!
See you there.
All right, while having our break, no, we will have a special intermission number. Actually, she's here, no, the president of PCO Boracay, to announce what is the upcoming event of the pollution control officer here in Boracay Island. All right, I'm gonna give the floor to Miss Janice Trinidad.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Sir RM, for having me here for tonight's show. So, magandang gabi rin po sa lahat po ng mga taga-subaybay ng show ni Sir RM 3K Series. Hello, everyone.
Ayun, ma'am, ano po yung gagawin natin for the CMR? Para po sa ano ito?
Okay, so basically, alam na po natin, no? I'm not saying, when we say CMR, ito po yung mga PCO na ang hawak po nila is ECC. ECC means Environmental Compliance Certificate. Ito yung mga malaking establishment. Ano po? So, kung ECC holder ka, obligado, aside from SMR, magsasubmit ka rin ng CMR semi-annually. So, ito yung medyo struggle yung ating mga PCOs, most especially kapag ikaw ay hindi naman talaga engineer.
Mhm.
That's why magkakaroon tayo ng special training para sa mga ka-PCO natin na medyo struggle for how many years, which is
Yeah.
aminado naman tayo, 'di ba? Kasi talaga namang very technical yung paggawa ng report na to. So, this will be going to happen on June 14 po sa La Carmela from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m.
Ayun, so sa mga participants po, ano po yung dadalhin nila? Magkakaroon po ba ng actual ano tawag nito, presentation or actual exam para po mas
Yes.
talagang maano sila, no? Matuto.
Mhm. By the way, ito pong training na to will be led by by a representative from DNR EMB Region 6.
All right.
So magkakaroon po siya ng yung run through ng ng course kung ano po yung buong yung napapaloob po sa sa CMR report na to. And then right after that, magkakaroon po tayo ng actual or ng what we call this actual or ng training. May mga exams, yes, like what you've said, may exams po para ma-check kung talaga bang kahit pa paano may natutunan naman yung mga a-attend ng training na to.
So kailangan po ba magdala sila ng
Kailangan.
laptop
Yes.
para
Unang-una, dalhin yung sarili nyo. Pangalawa, yes, magdadala kayo ng laptop, magdala kayo ng other materials will be provided by the group, but of course, you need to bring your laptop kasi po magkakaroon po tayo ng actual, hands-on kung paano po natin
Yun, hands-on.
gagawin yung report. Kasi lahat po ng report ngayon online na. Not unlike, if you remember po way back 2018, lahat po ng reports, lahat po yan is manual or nagpapasa tayo ng mga hard copy. Ngayon po, lahat online na. So, lalo na dun sa mga medyo medyo mga oldies na natin na hindi masyadong marunong din sa computer, talagang kailangan din silang mag-guide lalo na ng mga taga-EMB. So napaka-rare na chance to kasi syempre hinugot pa natin sila from Iloilo para po masamahan tayo.
Ayun. And also, what other topics that to be discussed during the training of CMR?
Yeah, aside from CMR, of course, tulad po ng na-announce natin doon sa invitation, meron din po tayong special guest also from DNR EMB which i-discuss din po yung regarding po sa ecological solid waste or yung RA 6003.
9003.
9003, sorry, I
Yes.
stand corrected. Ayun po. So, hindi ko po pwede pa siguro i-discuss further kung ano yung topic na to kasi sila EMB po yung magdi-discuss. But napaka-importante po na nandito kayo sa mismong training na to kasi alam naman po natin kung bakit nasarado ang ating mahal na isla. It's because of our solid waste issue, no? So, kailangan po kasi siguro na this time magkaroon po talaga ng strict implementation po pagdating sa mga segregation ng mga basura which is alam po natin na hanggang ngayon po problema pa rin natin 'yan.
Ayun. So, thank you so much, Miss Janice Trinidad. Kailan ho ulit yun ang training?
Yes, June 14 po. June 14, that's Wednesday, 1 to 5 p.m. at La Carmela. So, Asahan po namin sana kayo doon.
And is it for all the members or non-members of PCO?
Yes, ito maganda rito. Kahit na hindi ka part ng PCO Corp or PCO Boracay Corporation, as long as you're willing to attend, you are all welcome po. So approach lang po any members ng Exicom para po mag-guide kayo kung paano mag-register. So we are expecting everyone to please submit your registration on or before June 10.
Ayan. And if sa lahat, PCO is just, PCO Boracay is the link of EMB DNR to our stakeholders, no, sa ating mga establishments here in Boracay para po mapadali at mapalaganap ang mga information about environment. So again, let's take care of our establishment, our island, because the earth is what we have in common. All right, thank you so much, Miss Janice
Thank
Trinidad
you so
from
much.
PCO Boracay. All right, let's go back to our live with Mr. Joe Riley.
Three K Series. Glad to know you're still here.
I'm not here to preach to any parent how to bring their children up or what to do. But what do I do in disciplining my children? Well, the only thing, number one, I never use violence. That is the number one. Never. What I do is I do what I said before. I sit down and I ask,
Listening.
and understanding what the issue is. What is this issue? You see, when people talk about problems, I never talk about problems. I don't have problems. I have issues. I don't have problems. But what is it that's brought this about? How did it happen? What can we do to resolve this? And just to make sure it doesn't happen again. But by the way, you're locked down for a week.
Yeah, you're right. So of course, there's a disciplinary action in every act that you do. Diba? That everything is not normal, you know?
No.
No?
Well, the question is, what is normal?
Yeah. In what level of normality? Yeah.
But parents, parents out there have their own way of doing it. I'm just telling you my way and how I've done it over the years. And I believe my children are very stable and very good, and I think that they have good jobs and they're responsible.
Wow.
And that
Happiness.
well, it's not. It's them being responsible people in this life, and they've gone on. They've gone on in their own way, and they've got their degrees, and they're leading a successful life, and I can see in their future that they will become very senior in what they've done. But all of that comes from, I think, getting them to take responsibility for their actions, not mine.
Wow.
It's their actions. And I respect it, and sometimes they've been wrong, and sometimes they've been right. But what you do is you talk about it. You come to a conclusion together. You listen and understand as a parent. That's all I can say that I can do. And to all the fathers and moms out there, Father's Day, have a wonderful day, enjoy yourself. And life is about it. You know me, I mean, I live every day as though it was my last. You know why? Because at 81, I ain't got many of them left. So I live life every day, and the thing about it is being honest to yourself and truthful, and that's it. And this has been a very deep and meaningful conversation.
Yeah.
It's frightening me.
But okay, being a father, what you're saying is what is okay. I'm gonna add this question. I just want to come to comment from your mouth. No, what is the basic rule of a father? Basic rule of a father towards their children. Kasi, of course, you said you have to listen, you have to understand, but technically, what is the basic rule, or no, not rule, role of a father to their children?
Well, the one thing I say every day to my children, I say it to them every day, and I say, I love you.
Wow.
To my son, and they always say, love you, Dad, bye. Every conversation, and every day, it's the one thing, I love you. And there's nothing wrong with telling your son,
I love you.
I love you. And your daughter, or whoever they are. There's nothing wrong in it. And I had a friend who, lately, he passed away, and the last words he said to me, and we were man to man, and he was and he said to me, Joe, I love you, because it was something we always said, and I said, I love you too. Yes. And there's no, people seem to somehow forget that, somewhere along the line. But there's nothing wrong. Every day, Sean, he's 20, whatever years old. He's,
You forgot the years.
He always says, love you, Dad. And I said, love you too, Sean.
So the basic role of a father is to let your children feel that they are loved and they are special.
That's for sure.
Wow.
That's what it's all about.
Yan. Napakaganda, no? I'm really interested. I'm really interested to Mr. Joe's journey in life, and that what's me for Sue to really invite here on 3K series, no, to bring his experience, because he is not just a white man. He's not just a foreigner, but he is a man of experience. He is a man that we can be inspired, no? And by sharing his experiences. Now, Mr. Joe, let's go to the other side of being a father. Ayon. So what is the other side of being a father? Sometimes, of course, not all the time, we spend all the time to our children, to our family. So, do you also go out and meet your friends?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, always. And when I meet them, they always say, hey, Dad, behave. And I said, it's like my daughter, she said, I've got a boyfriend, and Dad, you haven't met him, but he wants to meet you. And I said, that's okay. He said, well, promise. I said, what? I said, promise. I said, okay, I promise. Behave. So I said, it's okay. I said, hello, how are you? Great, wonderful, yes. Oh, dear, here we go again. Yes, what's your name? Oh, yes, okay. Nice to meet you, Lawrence. Very good, thank you. Well, you see, and don't get. I think the thing is not to get too involved with, what do you do for a living? Where are you going? Or what? That's my daughter. You. So I just say hi. Good. Nice to meet you.
Wow.
Yes. Fine. Oh yeah. Good. And if you do anything wrong to my daughter, I'll kill you. No.
Just kidding. Yeah.
Just kidding. Joke na lang.
Yeah, joke na lang, no? Sir Joe, no, giving the chance, no, to hear it from the expert, no, kumbaga pa, he is the legend, no? Why, or what is the reason, or why people always need to think positively in life? Positive. Why do we need why do we always think positive in our life every day? What is the main reason, and how can it help to our day-to-day living thinking positive?
Well, I suppose there's two things there. Number one, I'm not an expert.
So you're a legend.
I'm just me. But positive thinking is, it's motivate. These are the things that motivational speakers do, and they talk about positive things, and you've got to have goals and all of the rest of the things that you have in life. But I think if for me, it's I think I'm been on this planet quite a long time. And
81 years old, guys.
yeah,
He
well,
looks
it's experience.
60.
It's experience, but I still think positively about where I'm going, what I'm doing. You've got to do these things, but I always say to people, like, many years ago I used to do talks with staff, and I used to say, write out your goals. And
Write down your goals.
Write down 3 goals, and actually, it's something you can do out there right now. You can sit down and with a pen and paper and say, write 3 goals that you're going to do in the next 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you write them down, and you say, I want to do this, and I want you to by 5 years' time, I'm going to be here, and I'm going to be there, I'm going to be there. And then what I do is, and then all of a sudden I used to go, I'd look at the goals and say, very nice, very nice, very nice. And I said, but by the way, now I'm your doctor, and you've got 6 months to live. What's your goals now?
Action.
It makes you think about life,
Yeah.
about where you are and what you're doing right now. Because, yes, it's fine having these wonderful
You're right.
goals, and great, you can have them, and be realistic, and make sure that the thing is about having goals is it's being realistic. The most thing about it is they've got to be relevant to this. Are they capable of doing it, and what you can do? Because if you get your mind to think the right way, you can do anything. But I used to always say they've got to be relevant and realistic. And what brings you down to earth is, I've had operations for cancer. Believe me, I know. I've been there, done that, and it makes you think very carefully about life. But it's simple. The simplicity of life is just do the best you can for people.
Yes.
Treat them as they treat you. You don't have to be a genius to get that concept. Being nice to people like the waiter. I give the waiter a tip, and I give them a tip. And the reason I give them a tip, because I'm sitting having a meal, and they're the ones working. So it's not, they're working for a family to make a living or what have you.
Yes.
I'm not going to argue about things like whether or not these potatoes or carrots or this rice is too expensive. They want it, you give them the money. Don't argue about it, because they are working to keep a family, to keep their family and their home together.
Wow.
Why would I argue about something so simple?
Wow.
So what you do is help others in life. It's not difficult.
The simplicity of
I mean,
life.
the thing is, I won't go down to, but that's what I say to do it. Yeah. One of the things I did to achieve, or to make me realize about one of the things about I wrote a book. In fact, I've written 6 books, actually. So all you can think about from that is that, yes, I've written books, is that possibly I'm an educated idiot. I'm an educated bobo. whatever. But I wrote a book about my childhood because I wrote it because I found it very hard to come to terms with life. I found it hard to understand the questions. Why was I given away? Why was I brought up why wasn't I brought up with my brothers and sisters? All of those questions, very hard questions that needed. But by the way, the book
Yeah.
is being made into a movie by a Hollywood company.
Ooh, wow. I'm so
So
proud.
it's,
Na-interview ko
it's,
na yung the Hollywood life.
No, well, I've sold the film rights of the book to a Hollywood company, and because Irish films tend to be very popular at the moment, so I don't know what will happen. But anyway, it's that's a by the way thing. I'm sorry, what was the question?
So the question
Sorry.
is, actually what I've learned from what he's saying is, if you really want to succeed in life, write your goal. No? In your goal, you also have measurement. Is it reachable or not? You do it in 6 months, 3 months, or as long as it's measurable. Like, if you want to become a Miss Universe, of course, you have to be trained to walk like a Miss Universe. Diba? If you really want to have a car, you have to work hard. If you really want to have a boyfriend, a girlfriend, you have to work on it. You know, if you really want to become rich in life, you have to work. You have to set your goal, your action plan. What is the first plan, second plan? If there's if the first plan will fail, go to the second plan. No, huwag tayong maubusan ng pag-asa. Don't lose hope because as long as you are breathing, you can do what you really want to achieve in life, right? Now, I have two last questions as we are about to finish our live conversation. Mr. Joe Riley, you know, my boss, late Mr. Kobe, I'm gonna share this. His dream is to create or to build a castle. And he did it in where I am working right now. Now, what was your dream that you're proud to say that you made it? What was your dream that you're proud to share with our TV viewers and Facebook viewers that you have made it?
Have you ever made it? I don't know. I think that I think the achievements that I have had in life, I've been lucky. I've been fortunate. Fortunate is another word, and lucky is another word. But I have been both lucky and fortunate that yes, I did work very hard in my life. I don't think that in Ireland I had the education, but when I finished, I sought education. I went out there and then I went through life and I did a degree and I did my senior education, PhD and what have you. But I think that I don't think I ever really thought about what I just sort of, I remember when I was in Cairo, I was the director of education when I went there. And what happened was the director of nursing, I don't know what transpired, but anyway, she got fired. And along comes somebody and goes, so, hey, Joe, you're the next director of nursing. I am? I am? I said, oh, okay. I said, only one question. Do I get more money? I said, yes. So I became director not only of nursing, but I became director of the hospital. Then I became director for the Middle and Far East.
Wow.
And that's why I travel so much, and I travel between there, Saudi, Singapore, Australia. So in a way, if I hadn't been there, I wouldn't have been a director. I just happened to be in a place where somebody said, "Hey, you're the next director." And then I went on from there to be actually not just director of nursing, but director of hospitals. And well, it works different in the US system. You know. So, what was the question again?
So, the question is, what was your dream that you're proud to share that you have achieved? Became a director?
I think now, as a kid, I dreamed like every other kid. I want to drive a fire engine. I wanted to drive an ambulance or a train, you know. I mean, that's what... No, I don't think I had. I set out in life. I think I set out in life when I joined the nursing profession when I was 20, then things started to... So I think that's where adolescence and those years, young people, that's the place where fathers need to listen and need to understand.
Yeah.
Because those are the years that's the turmoil. They're going through this period in life where life can be very hard for them, and we don't understand sometimes. And I think it's taking the time to understand each other.
Thank you, Sir Joe. You know what, Sir Joe? You have just unlocked another goal in your life. What is that? You are inspiring and motivating right now our televiewers and Facebook viewers because you have shared a quality, journey that based on your real experience. You are not creating a story out of the blue, but you've created a story out of your real experience that had happened in your life. I am so privileged, Mr. Joe.
Are you sure you're talking about me?
Yeah, I'm talking about you. That I'm really sure, I'm so thankful that you've accepted my invitation to be here in 3K series. Right now, we're live in PCTV and ACTV. Now, I know most of you are inspired, most of the fathers out there, not just the father, but all the people, all our televiewers about his life. You're wondering right now why he's doing that. No, he does that. He's doing it because he wanted also to be part of your experience, to be part of your life. It is not, hindi ito disgrasya, no, na nakapanood lang kayo ngayon, but it has a purpose why you're watching this show, Live Conversation with Mr. Joe Riley. Mr. Joe Riley, as we're about to finish our live conversation, please give your end message, no, to our televiewers and Facebook viewers. Please take a mic.
I don't know. I didn't. I came here. I think this has been a very deep conversation that I didn't expect about my life. But to your viewers, I'd say to all of you out there, to fathers, have a wonderful day. God bless you. And to mothers and children, enjoy a wonderful day. And sometimes to the children, remember, sometimes, your dad might be a little bit wrong, or mightn't understand sometimes, but be patient. And the one thing that you all do to each other is, as I say to my children every day, I love you, and have a wonderful day, and love each other, and care for each other. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much. And here in PCTV Boracay Studio, Mr. Joe Riley and Coach RM is saying, I love you. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.